Yu-Gi-Oh!
So what is up YouTube, it's Jeremy from Team Bio, and today guys we are going to be going over a couple of combo tutorials on how to properly play Sword Soul to the best of your ability. I'm hoping that this combo guide is going to teach you guys the best ways to play, let's say between hand traps and just general combos. Obviously if you saw the deck profile, which will be linked in the description below, it's going to make a lot more sense on why I play these cards and for what reasons and the ratios. But anyways, let's hop into the first combo, which is going to be the Chao Fang combo. It'll be a 2-card combo utilizing any one of these Tenyis. So you can use any Tenyi and Vessel of the Dragon Circle, or if you want to keep it super basic, Ashuna and any other Tenyi name. For this purposes, I'll go over both real quick with you. We'll say we're gonna have Ashuna and Vishuddha in our hand. It's a really simple combo. All you do is, in your hand, you activate Ashuna to summon itself, link it off into Monk, putting Ashuna in the grave, activate Vishuddha to summon itself, and then you activate Ashuna in the graveyard, banishing itself to summon from deck Adhara. Next, sync these two up into a Baxia. Do not activate the effect of Baxia on summon. However, you will activate Baxia's effect targeting Monk, that is very blurry, and your Adhara in the graveyard to tag them out. You are past 5 summons now, or this might be exactly 5. I didn't even pay attention to counting. So it's at this point where your opponent would have to either decide to Nibiru you if they had it, or just let it stay in hand, because at this point you synchro into your Chao Fang that I'm still lending to my buddy Ryan. So it's a very simple combo. If you guys don't know, the effect of Chao Fang is your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters that they control or in their possession with the same attribute as Yang Xing monsters you used to synchro summon it. And since you synchro summon it using Baxia, Brightness of the Yang Xing, they cannot activate light monster effects. And then with the rest of the 2 cards in your hand, you'd be able to combo into whatever you want. For the combo with Vessel, which by the way is just significantly stronger, we'll say you can use Vessel or Shathana, but in all honesty it works with any Tenyi, even if we want to go with like Vessel and Adhara to show you how to play if you draw the Adhara. So obviously you'll start your turn with activating Adhara to summon itself. Vessel's in your hand. We'll link off the Adhara into the Monk. This is where we'll activate the Vessel, where we will send an Ashuna to add a Vishuddha. Then obviously we activate Vishuddha in hand, banishing Ashuna to summon another Adhara from the deck. And then of course it's the same combo, synchro into Baxia, do not activate the effect, Baxia's effect tagging these 2 out, and then synchro into the Chao Fang that I do not have my physical copy of. So let me set up the next combo tutorial and I will be right back with you guys. Alright, so for the next combo, it is a very simple and basic combo. It's a quote-unquote 3-card combo, but with how many copies of these cards you play, you basically play 6 Longwan, 6 Moye, and any other worm actually works. We're just going to use the worst one, which is going to be an Adhara. We're just playing with these 3 cards. So the basic combo is a draw 2 and a search combo, where you will summon Evil Qinglong and Shishao, and you will draw 2 and then search 1 off of the Shishao. So the first thing you do obviously is normal Moye, activate this effect. I never like to reveal Longwan because I don't want them to know that I have Longwan to activate his effect to discard. You reveal the Adhara, that'll resolve, you get your token. The reason I prefer not to activate or to reveal Longwan is because if they have something like Infinite Impermanence or Effect Veiler, I would be able to discard the Adhara off of the Longwan, synchro the token and the Moye into a Shishao, and then use Shishao's effect to banish Blackout from the deck so I can get another token so I can still make a synchro 10. But in this game we're going to be playing Ideal Yu-Gi-Oh! Where our opponent doesn't have any disruption. After this resolves though, we're going to activate Longwan, discarding the Adhara to get another token. These are all my friends from Nationals. Next, you will put Long One to the side. Oh wait, Graveyard's up here. We will synchro 10 into Evil Quanglong, then we will activate the optional effect of Long One to burn our opponent for 1200. This deck just kind of naturally has a good way to play into time. Following that, we will synchro these two into our Shishao. So especially with Tier Elements not being the best deck in the format anymore, how I like to order my Chainlinks specifically is Chainlink 1, Quanglong, Chainlink 2, Moye, which is in the grave, off to the side, and then Chainlink 3, Shishao. I do it in this order because I want a higher likelihood of drawing more hand traps or disruption. So we would resolve Shishao, adding Blackout since we already have our Long Wand and we have 2 other cards in hand as is, and then we would draw 2. So 2 random cards be in our hand, and after that combo we still haven't used the other 2 cards in our hand. So we would have 5 cards in hand and then our 2 monsters on field. So let me reset the deck for one more combo tutorial and I will be right back for you guys. Alright guys, so for the final combo, it is going to be a simple 2.5-ish card combo. All you need to open is Moye, Vessel for the Dragon Cycle, and any one of your 10 Tenyis. Shithana is probably the worst one because it does the least amount of work. So we're going to pretend like we open Shithana. So most people are going to think that you're going to start off with normal summoning Moye and then revealing Shithana. Obviously, since we have Vessel in hand, we're not going to do that. We're going to activate Shithana to summon itself, link it off into our Monk of the Tenyi. Then we're going to activate Vessel. It might confuse some people on why we do this, but we're going to send Taya and add Ashuna. This way we can normal summon Moye, activate its effect, reveal Ashuna to get a token. So this is a combo that is more of a going second combo, I should say. We are going to be resolving Baxia for 3 shuffles, and then bouncing another card back with a Vishuda, while getting some searches and draws mid-combo. So realistically, you'd have 6 cards in your hand and you'd be playing through disruptions, whatnot, but we're going to say our opponent bricked very badly, set, let's say, 4 floodgates that are not effective against us, and we're going to proceed to combo. From here, you will synchro 8 into your first Baxia. You'll activate Baxia's effect as Chainlink 1 to shuffle 1 card, since you are using 2 worms with the same attribute, being Moye and a water token, and then Moye will be Chainlink 2 to draw a card. Next, you will activate Baxia's effect, targeting itself and Taya and Grave to switch them out. This glare is really bad, I apologize. Next, you'll use Taya's effect, banishing the Baxia to get a token back. From here, you will synchro 8 again into the, oh, where'd I put it? Second Baxia that I found. This time you'll go Chainlink 1 Baxia to shuffle 2 cards your opponent controls. Chainlink 2 Taya, you are going to be sending an Adhara. Next, you'll activate Ashuna, banish it from your hand to special summon a Vishuda from your deck. Activate the effect of Baxia to destroy it to bring back an Adhara. And then you will synchro 8 into a Shishao. Activate its effect to search, and then with the final card in your grave, you have Vishuda to return the 4th card from your opponent's field to their hand or their deck. And then with follow-up, you have Adhara that you can banish to add back any of your banished worms. You would have an additional draw off of the Moye and a search off of the Shishao. Obviously, this would play directly into Nib, but we are going second. We are assuming our opponent does not have Nib, and we're just playing through so many disruptions with this. So I am going to pause the video one last time, shuffle up the deck for a little bit, shuffle on screen, and then do a test hand with you guys. Alright, so we are back, and hopefully you can see that the deck is at least somewhat randomized. So I will shuffle a little bit on camera for you guys. Forgive the clumpiness of the shuffling, the sleeves are new. So we're going to shuffle up a couple times. We're going to be playing Ideal Yu-Gi-Oh! We are going first because we won the die roll. Our opponent did not open any hand traps. And let's see what we can do with our 5-card hand. Our shuffle, pass to the opponent to cut. 5-card opening hand. So this is not the worst opening hand, actually. The fact that we have instant access to something like summoning a Baron or going into the draw 2, add 1, and we have a blackout in hand already, which is really good. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to activate Long One. We'll discard the Adhara to get Long One and a token. And then we'll just immediately synchro those off into Evil Quinglong. Activate the effect of our Long One to burn the opponent for 12. And this is kind of unfortunate, but we're going to normal Ecclesia and use her effect to tag out into Moye right at the bottom. We'll use Moye's effect. We're going to reveal Taya to get another token. And then immediately synchro summon. Obviously, if our opponent had Nib, they would nib us right there, but we're playing Ideal Yu-Gi-Oh! So we're going to go Chainlink 1 Moye, Chainlink 2 Quinglong, and then Chainlink 3 Shishao. Since we already have Blackout in our hand, we're going to search for follow-up for the next turn. So we're going to search for Emergence. And we'll shuffle the deck a little bit. With Emergence in hand, if we draw 2 and 2 hand traps, I mean, like, you can't really get much better than that. Having all this disruption on your opponent's turn, and then having searchability and extension for the following turn. Even then, like right now, we could activate Emergence to search for a, let's say, Ashina for if we do get nibbed, or for a follow-up for the next turn. We can summon Ashina and do Tenyi plays from there. So you saw how powerful and consistent that was. We'll go ahead and do maybe 1 or 2 more test hands. So I will shuffle on screen for you guys a little bit. The only way that hand would have been better is if instead of Ecclesia we would have opened Moye, so we don't have to waste an Ecclesia. And offer final cut. We'll go a little shallow. 5-card opening hand. And still pretty powerful. The fact that we have Vessel and Circle in our hand with these Tenyis is really strong. So let me show you guys how to navigate this play. How I personally would is I would start off by activating the Vishuddha, summoning itself, linking that off into the Monk of the Tenyi. Activate Vessel. We're going to send Moye, and we'll add Ashina. First, we'll activate Adhara from the hand, summoning itself, and then Ashina from the deck, summon Vishuddha. So it might be a little weird to do it like this, but we're going to sync these off into a Baxia, because I am trying to thin the deck as much as I can. With no effect of Baxia, obviously. We're going to activate Adhara to add the Ashina. Next, we'll activate Baxia's effect, targeting itself and Moye to tag them out. Moye effect, we're going to reveal the Ashina and get a token. Since we have Circle, actually, it's really nice. We can use it to tribute off the Monk to search for a Long One. And we're just thinning our deck by so much. If anything, we can now put this back in hand, activate Long One, discarding the Ashina, get another token, banish Ashina, and we can summon Shathana for more interruption on our opponent's turn. We'll be going back in. Synchro 10 into Evil Quinglong, effective burn for 12. Synchro 8 into Shishao. Chainlink 1 Moye, Chainlink 2 Quinglong, Chainlink 3 Shishao. Resolve backwards. Shishao's effect, we're going to search for our Blackout right on top. and then we will draw 2. And we have thinned our deck so much that more likely than not we're going to be able to search for some, or we're going to draw another form of disruption like Ash, Bell, or maybe another Imperm. Even Called by the Grave is decent disruption. Let me shuffle it on frame real quick. Offer the cut, draw 2. There you go. Wow, that's absurd. Now we can link the Shatana off into another monk, and this is what we have to play with. We have 2 sets, being the Imperm and the Blackout. Obviously we have Ash and Bell in hand, and if our opponent commits 3 monsters to the field, we can activate Blackout targeting Monk and 2 of their cards, or just any 3 cards on the field. Blackout target Monk, 2 of their cards, destroy them. Resolution, Shatana will activate, banishing itself to bring back the Monk, and then non-target destroy 1 more monster on their field. And then we have Imperm, Ash, Bell, 2 banishes, and then 2 banish and burnt, and then a monster negation on field. So that hand was extremely powerful, guys. Do not underestimate this deck if you are playing it or going against it at a locals. With the right player behind it, it can be an incredibly strong deck. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. This has been quite a bit long video, so I'm only going to keep it to 2 test hands. Hopefully soon I'll be able to get a live duel in for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please drop a like, please comment, tell me any feedback you would like to let me know, or any changes or recommendations you might give, and I would love to read it, hear it, try to respond, try to do what I can to get you guys better content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.
Recognize when I wreck a mic, leaving all y'all mesmerized. Killing instrumentals, but nobody wanna testify. In his prime, I think someone better check the guy. Always spitting heat, the beat gon' be hard to identify. Stress minds and wreck mics and leave with the best lines. My sex life is great cause I spit like a Tech 9. Stalk competition, beat them with the lead pipe. Sleep on you rappers just like it's my bedtime. You already know that old big bro from the west side. Got you hoes smoking on my flow like a meth pipe. Forever cold, I'll eat your soul like a death site. Headed to the top, shining brighter than a headlight. You better recognize, I'm about to go off, putting on a show and I ain't even trying to show off. Here's the red dot, the shot, and kill Rudolph. Call me James Bond, cause I killed it with a suit on.